Latin finance ranked Minister Restrepo as Latin America's best Minister of Finance and Credit for 2021.
All right, well, she's a native speaker. We're not analyzing her, but let's listen to find him.
Maybe one of the Colombia is also, of course, headed to the polls. Stated the war.
Thank you, Jason.
So it's interesting. This must be before the previous election. So he just got elected as the vice president a few months ago. So this is 2022. So they must have just elected Gustavo Petro before this.
Economic shock in our history, which was with COVID-19.
All right, did you hear that? Did you hear that reduction? Back it up. Listen to how he pronounces the word was. Listen, he puts so much attention on it. Listen, first of all, he puts so much attention on the W sound, and then he blows it up and gives it all sorts of pitch and just so much attention. Listen.
In our history, which was with COVID-19.
Which was, right? You don't want to put that much attention on a function word like that. You could say which was, just make it small, vibrating down here, which was, right? And it's funny, the transcript thinks he's saying Kobe, like Kobe Bryant, Kobe 19. This is
in our history, which was with COVID-19.
Kobe the 19, Kobe. Yeah, he's kind of using a B sound instead of a V. I think that's pretty typical in Spanish. But let's listen to how he pronounces 19.
In our history, which was with COVID-19.
He did a good job with the numbers. That is something that not a lot of non-native speakers do. He did a great job letting us know that it's not 90 or 90, right? He said 19. He put teen. It made that the primary stress. So great job, Jose. That was good job. Well, he's a finance guy, so I guess we should expect that his numbers are the best part of his pronunciation.
In my opinion, it was relevant.
He just did it again. It was. So he really he's good with numbers, but he's not good with function words.
For in order to confront the pandemic.
Oh, listen to that. Listen to how he says confront.
In order to confront.
Jose, don't do that. Don't do that. Listen to that. Can anybody tell which syllable is stressed or unstressed when he's pronouncing the word confront? Which one is the stress and unstressed?
In order to
hold on, make myself move over here closer to him. There we go.
To confront.
In order to confront. Okay, he shows us which is stressed because he uses his whole body. Maybe he's really into it, but he uses his whole body to show us which syllable is stressed, right? Look.
In order to confront.
But without that, we might not know why. Because that confront should be a syllabic consonant. It's an unstressed syllable that finishes with N. It was one of our first lessons, and you never pronounce the vowel there. You're just going to go confront. And look, I can do it without moving my whole body towards the camera because I'm using pitch and musicality and vibration. Confront, where he's saying confront. So he's adding that vowel sound in there and making it sound like it's important because it's much more clearly pronounced than it needs to be.
During the pandemic, we lost a lot because we didn't have that leadership.
So the way he pronounces, well, you could tell he's against Petro right here, right? But the way that he pronounces the D sound, it sounds like a TH. Because listen to how he's doing it. He's putting his tongue against his teeth. You can hear the air going past his tongue.
We lost a lot because we didn't have that.
We didn't, right? We don't make contact with the teeth for that TH. We keep that inside here. That keeps the energy farther inside the body. You notice you don't hear the air going past with didn't like that.
Inequality. But we're doing that. We are creating more.
I would say it'd be much better if you said were instead of we are. You see how much pitch he put on we are, right? Listen to that.
But we're doing that. We are.
See, he did it first, but we're doing that. We are, right? But we're doing that. We're creating. We're. The smaller you make those function words, contractions, reductions, the better.
We have seen that in 2021, maybe the most important driver.
2021, right? Sounds like you're saying Juan, like someone, like a guy named Juan, instead of one, right? Juan, right? Listen.
We have seen that in 2021, maybe.
You see how much attention you put on Juan. Wah. Listen to me. One, one, one. Lips are totally out of the equation. I'm just making the exit of this smaller, where he's pushing wah off of the lips. He's a fiery speaker, though. I mean, I can see why he was a good politician, or he is, I guess.
And that was true, actually. Why? Well, because we thought that we needed to.
I mean, here's an example where he could put less attention on the consonant or the consonant cluster th and more on the vowel. I mean, he does a good job like creating the th, which is not that easy for non-native speakers. But instead of look how small his like ah vowel is. When I say look at this, I'm like this thaw. Look how much space I'm creating. Thaw, thought, thought, and listen how soft the th is. Thought, and then look at him.
Because we thought that
we thought. So not only does it not really sound like awe, but it also, like, because it's so small, it just seems kind of unstressed, right? Thought. So thought like that.
Informality in terms of labor informality.
So I would say this could be some flap T's, right? If you use true T, again, remember, true T usually means that it's an important part of the message. Flap T means it's unstressed. So when he's saying informality, liddy, all these liddies, right, should be flap T's if you're talking to American speakers, because there's vibration on both sides and it's unstressed.
With informality in terms of labor.
So the first time he kind of did a flap T. The second time was more like a true T.
Informality, firms informality, financial informality. We have also to financial informality. We have also to work on how.
Okay, so listen to this. We have also to. So it sounds like they also have two. Like you have two, we have two, we also have two, because he's not using the schwa. Like, look, listen how he's like. You only can understand him from context, not by what he's actually saying.
We have also to work.
we have also to. Like, so do we too, like two. Like, no, we also have. I mean, he could probably change the grammar, but even if you said it like this, we have also to work on, or we also have to work on to. When you use the schwa, it's obvious for the listener. You're sending the signals the way the listener understands.
One in Latin America.
Yeah.
25 in the world. So that means that we have
world. So here's a lack of voice sounds. You see how he's not able to pronounce the dark L and D. There's no old.
25 in the world.
In the world. War. Right? That's not really any word there. It's a world. So he's got to continue his vibration. World. You hear that? World. It's just me pushing the energy through musically, changing the shape. World. Where he's in the mouth. World. And right, you need to have this energy down here to make that sound, but he's only using this energy in the mouth. So it's literally impossible. Yes, that's how I started learning how to teach pronunciation. When I was teaching, I never taught him, but when I was teaching corporate English in Colombia, exactly for this, like, my students had really good English, high levels, and a lot of them couldn't pronounce these final voice sounds. And I mean, I didn't understand. I wasn't trained about any of this, but I was trying to figure out how to help them. And, I had to learn about all this placement, musicality, pathway of the voice, like, melody, vibration, all this stuff. Right. So what he just did is kind of like my part of my origin story with Colombian people, helping them pronounce sounds just like that.
Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution, based on the World Economic Forum.
He did again the world instead of world, and then he could link it. It's a little bit easier when you link it world deca, because the D goes on to the next word, world deconomic. But he's like world economic, like that. So,
and that center,
he should have hired me. I mean, I wasn't teaching corporate English in 2022, but I mean before that maybe.
Using blockchain to confront.
All right, look at how he says blockchain. That is not how you pronounce a stressed A vowel. Like, look how small it is.
An opportunity. Using blockchain.
Blah, right? Maybe he's pronouncing the vowel, but he is not pronouncing it in a way that's stressed. There's no way that could ever be stressed because it's so small, right? Look, blah or blah. Listen to the difference. Blah, blockchain, ah. Space sends message sends a message to the native speaker. Without space, you're removing one of the most important parts of the message. And I know in most of your guys' languages that space doesn't really mean anything, but it's something you should make a top priority, hearing the difference between oh and ah, oh and ah, oh and ah, oh and ah, or any like and or o and o and o, right? For our ears, that means a lot. What's up, chat? Drop a like, hit the like button, smash that like button. Let me know where you're watching from. I see a question there. I'm going to answer your question in a minute.
In reaching net neutrality is how to pay for
2030, to be carbon neutral by 2050, to develop a very interesting revolution on energy. You have seen that Colombia has moved from 40 megawatts.
40 what?
From 40 megawatts.
Sorry to laugh at you, Jose, but that is not easy to understand. I mean, first of all, you can pronounce the word 40 a little bit, the number a little bit more clearly.
From 40 megawatts.
If you use the flap T again, right? So he used the true T, 40, T. True T sounds more like 14. True T comes at the beginning of stressed syllables, 40. But he's using it in an unstressed syllable, so it's working against. So if he just kept that vibration, say 40, 40, D, 40, instead of 40, like that. And then megabytes, I mean that.
From 40 megawatts to...
He sounds like he's saying bats, maybe?
From 40 megawatts.
Megabytes. So this is a diphthong. So what he needs, again, desperately is to continue the energy of his voice so that he can go from the beginning to the end of this sound, because diphthongs have two positions. So instead of 40 megabytes, he can say 40 megabyte. You hear that? I'm moving from the beginning to by megabytes, like that.
To avoid this idea of greenwashing, I think that to avoid this idea of greenwashing.
So again, here, the same thing. It's a different diphthong, right? Before it was I, like bites, but now it's A in brain, but I don't hear this movement from the beginning to the second position when he's saying brainwashing.
To avoid this idea of greenwashing.
Brainwashing. And he should put the emphasis on brain. He said brainwashing instead of brainwashing. Brainwashing. You hear that pitch? You hear that the path I'm taking you on? Brainwashing instead of brainwashing, like that.
Strong ecosystem.
Okay, look at this. Strong. So just like most people, he's not getting space and stress syllables. He says strong. Look at this.
Strong.
Strong. You speak it from here. Strong instead of strong. Strong. Oh, we want to hear this openness, the vowel, the vibration coming out. Strong, like that. All right, just a couple more.
Jason, thank
Let's
you.
start
And
over.
thank you. And
All right,
talk.
that's it. All right, so that was awesome, man. Jose held it down. Cool interview.